We are going live. Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Bass in your face.
What the hell is going on down there?
Bass in your face.
Yeah. What's going on, everybody? It's Tuesday night. You know what that means? It's Double Drop Kick Night. Live right here on the DAV Network. Coming to you with a great interview tonight. As always, welcome in. If you're new to the channel, welcome in. Welcome back. If you've been here before, please do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button so we can get that on this Facebook, on this YouTube channel going up. We want to get those subscribers up. So we appreciate you doing that. We appreciate you guys joining us tonight. It's a rainy night. Got a little tropical storm going on out here on the coast. Got a lot of rain, a little bit of wind. Our guest as well is here in North Carolina, so his internet may be a little in and out. We're dealing with that. So just keep that in mindful as we do that. But we're coming to you live through the power of your internet right here on Double Dropkick Podcast, the podcast that was started to an homage of one of the greatest tag teams of all time, the Rock and Roll Express, and their finishing maneuver. You know what that was, right? Do I even have to tell you? It was the double drop kick. That's right, the double drop kick. And tonight we're going to talk with a guy that we've got to keep it incognito, his location. McDonald's is trying to swat him while he's live. Hardee's has been talking some junk. Chick-fil-A doesn't say much about him, but they talk behind the doors. Or they're Christians, but they talk about him on Sundays. So and KFC always running the mouth. So we got to be careful as we bring on the Bojangles champion, as to not let it known where his location is. But I'm gonna bring on my cohort here, my co-host Ethan here. And we're going to get into talking with this guy, but you guys know who I am, right? KED. And without further ado, let me bring on my co-host, Mr. Ethan Thompson. There he is. What's up, buddy?
I bid you a happy Tuesday.
Yeah, man, it's drop kick night.
It's drop kick Tuesday.
Absolutely.
Special guest tonight.
Yeah,
but I feel like he's going to want to scissor kick me within the first 5 seconds of me asking a question.
You better. I'm telling you, I hope he does. He's undefeated.
Hey,
he's undefeated.
I'll take the L because it's a genuine question. California kid. What up, Chris?
What's up, AD? All right. Yeah, you don't have Bojangles out there, do you?
I want to know what a Bojangles is.
It's a knockoff of
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A. Yeah, 10 times better. I'm serious. 10 times better than They're where me and my wife eat. She brings home it's either Taco Bell or she brings home Bojangles.
So is that like are we gonna have a battle? Because I actually work for Chick-fil-A. So like, do I need to get my own belt and like we have a little thing?
You better have Chick-fil-A actually print you their champion, because Bojangles appointed him the champion. You're going to learn all about it tonight. No, this is not some guy who love McDonald's and hey, let me go get a belt and some of them fat boys out there. No, he was appointed by the company of Bojangles as the Bojangles champion, and nobody has defeated him since. What's up, Ben?
What up, Grandpa?
What's up, Mr. C. Smith? Everybody joining in. Appreciate it. And on this rainy night. But before we bring him on here, gonna tell you something a little bit about him. Preview. If you're not familiar with him, you got to get on his socials. You got to go to Facebook, type in Bojangles Champion, follow him there. You got to go on JZ Graham on Twitter. We'll talk about all that tonight as well. But without further ado, I want to bring on the Bojangles Champion, JZ Graham. Ladies and gentlemen, the Bojangles champion.
Gentlemen, thank y'all so much.
There he is, undefeated, unrivaled. JZ Graham, the Bojangles champions. Yes. Woo, looks so good. Woo! Looking sharp tonight, JZ. Spin it, baby.
Out of context, I can't even say finger.
The same sound.
You can't touch him. You can't beat him. He's undefeated. He is the man. He's really the man. What's going on, buddy? Is it raining hard there?
Oh, but it is an absolutely torrential downpour down here in North Carolina, brother. It is absolutely driving me insane. I'm not looking forward to the next 3 or 4 days. I might start building a boat in the backyard and loading up animals 2 by 2, brother, because it's absolutely going to be ridiculous for a little while.
We're already at 6 inches, bro, and it ain't even started hardly. So hopefully your net.
Brother, I woke up. I, w-
Go
I
ahead.
didn't mean to cut you off, my man.
That's all right. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I woke up with 6 inches this morning, brother. I don't know about you, but that's just the start of the morning, my man.
Hey. Whoa. Whoa. Did you put on the robe after you had that? I mean, look at the new robe. That's
You
one of
see
the
it,
newer
brother.
pieces.
You see
That's
it
one of
right
the
here
newer.
behind me.
Yeah, that's the one of your newer pieces, and I love that. I mean, we got to get you in a gouge. We
Thank
got
you.
to get you in gouge. What's it going to take to get you in gouge?
Oh, I've done spaghetti. I've done some matching. I've been involved in matches. I did announcing right here in my hometown a month ago. I've been doing stuff with him since 2018. I'm just trying to get it picked back up, brother, after COVID.
Right. For those of you who know, Gouge Pro Wrestling. And it stands for what again? You can remember it. Gimmick.
It's Gimmicks Only Underground Grappling Entertainment,
There you go.
which
Look,
I have
yeah.
which I have right here.
That's their world title, and if
Their
you
World
don't if you
Heavyweight
don't
Championship right
made
here.
by TRB, yeah,
Hopefully
that's one of
I
the
don't know how.
a beautiful belt.
Absolutely. One of my favorites, dude. One of my favorites. Actually, the belt got me into gouge wrestling, and absolutely love it. Made by Top Rope Belt. She's a beauty, my man. Absolute beauty.
Absolute top ropes, one of the best. Shout out to Jackson, Mr. J over there, Randy Jackson from Top Rope Belts. He's a great guy. He even made that Bojangles championship that you're holding.
Correct.
For people don't know, I'm gonna pull up here let's see here. I want to add right here so that people can see that Bojangles championship, because it's a little bit blurry because of the weather where you're at, but I wanted to show it off even more. This is the second one that you had, correct? That's the second one you had made.
This is actually the third.
That's the third. That's the third one.
This is the third.
Oh, yeah, it is.
One
Get the side plate.
That's the third one. The second one was red leather, and that's now in possession of what you would call Foul Water Dave, but it's my good friend Super Dave, Pond Water Dave, is actually in possession of that
Yeah,
one.
he got you on
I
last
gave
week,
it to him as a gift.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
How
many pictures of me do you have? This is.
I mean,
I feel like there might be
in or out of the shower. Which would you prefer?
I feel like I might need a restraining order. I'm not sure.
I ignored the first one. So what do you think the second one's going to do? I ignored the first one. But this one's my favorite one. The one that you actually received from corporate, the Bojangles Championship, the one that they presented it to, the OG that I think has been all across God's green earth with you everywhere you go. You actually take this belt, and people don't know that. But that's the first one that's got the spinner on it, the Bojangle plates.
Correct. That's the one that I received back in 2018.
Right. And like I said, you are undefeated. So the first that people are, how did he get to be a Bojangles champion? What happened to make him? What in the heck? How did he get this? How did he earn this? And tell the folks how you became the Bojangles champion.
Well, it started with just a little bit of fandom, brother. You know, my grandmother, my dad's mom, she loved Bojangles when it come here to my hometown, and she was there quite often. We would buy her for her birthday and for Christmas. We'd actually buy her Bojangles gift cards. But that's how it started. It started with me as a child, my man. She would take me to Bojangles. She would destroy country ham biscuits like no other, and Cajun filet, brother, fried chicken. You can't beat it. That fried chicken biscuit got me hooked. Then we started, getting a little bit older, getting into high school. That's where everybody would go hang out after school, was Bojangles. We would go there. I mean, after my senior prom, brother, we went to Bojangles. that was just the place to be. And we love it. We love it. We absolutely love it.
Were you kicked out of the hotel or something, bro? That's where you're supposed to go. Is either to the crick or the hotel, man. I guess you had to get a Bowberry biscuit on the way and some sausage before you laid some sausage.
Absolutely, brother. That was the deal, That was the deal, dude. That's where we went. We left from the prom early, and we stopped by Bojangles, and I'm not going to discuss what happened thereafter. But it was a good time.
Yep. That's what
that
we did in
was
high
just
school.
where we would go.
Sorry, folks. There's a little bit of delay for him hearing me, so we'll get that corrected in just a minute. I think he's have like a 2-second delay from hearing us. But you were describing how you became the Bojangles champion. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, my internet is not being cooperative right now. My apologies.
No problem, bro. Don't worry about
it. The older that I got, obviously I grew up with Bojangles. I loved it as a child. I loved it as a teenager. So the older I got, obviously, the older you get, that metabolism slows down a little bit. So me and my ex-wife decided that we were going to get a little bit more health conscious or whatever. And I put my foot down and said, Sunday is going to be Bojangles Day. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. And Dave, I have been a belt collector for years. And I would simply, it was really easy. I would take my championship belts that I collected and I'd put them with pictures of Bojangles food. And I would put something cheesy like, Bojangles is champion of chicken, the world champion of chicken, Bojangles, something to that effect. And as time went on, it got to the point where about 80 to 100 people a month were tagging me and Bojangles in posts, and it made Bojangles take notice of what was going on. Who was this? Who is Jay-Z? What the world has he got going on? And they found out that I was a super fan of their food, and yes, it's because it's my favorite food on earth and absolutely delicious, but also the memories I have of Bojangles as well plays a part of that as well.
All right. And so you started. Can you hear us still?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so they took notice of you, and then one day, I don't know how the story goes, but they invited you up to corporate. But what did they tell you was going to happen that day?
So they invited me up to corporate. So the first time they invited me up to corporate was in I think April of 2018. And I went and told my boss, I was like, hey, Bojangles corporate just invited me up to their headquarters. And, I don't know what's for. And he's like, well, why did they do that? And I was like, I don't know. I don't have a clue why they invited me. And so I kind of brushed it off because I really couldn't get off work on that shorter notice. So then they sent me another date. So I went back to my boss and I told him, I was like, they really want me to come down. He's like, well, it's good enough notice, take off and go. So I took off. I showed up in Charlotte. They told me we were going to learn how to make biscuits, and I get a tour of the headquarters, and they were going to give me some T-shirts and whatnot just to come hang out and spend the day at the Bojangles headquarters.
Awesome. So you got up there, and what happened once you got there?
So we went in there. We got a tour of their headquarters. They actually have a fully functional restaurant inside their headquarters, a fully functional kitchen. It's so random to a corporate building to have a restaurant inside of it, like one you would see everywhere else, at least across North Carolina and the South. And we made biscuits, and you get your hands all full of flour and buttermilk and all that mess. And so we made the biscuits. We cooked them. And they went ahead and had my order ready. What I would typically order, they already had. So I made the biscuit. I got to put the fried chicken, the Cajun filet into my biscuit and have some French fries and some sweet tea. Had my honey mustard ready. And while we were sitting there eating that, I'm like 2 bites from being done. A gentleman comes and gets me, and I wish I could remember his name, but I can't. And says, hey, man, we got one more thing we want to show you before you leave. And so we go across we go across to this auditorium little room, and it's full of the Bojangles corporate employees, and he's got a podium up front, and on top of that podium is, I remember, a yellow cloth, and I could see the shape of something underneath that cloth, and I thought it was, my first impression was, all right, that's a belt. And then I was like, well, you can't get your hopes up thinking it's a belt. What if it's a plaque? And so I go up, I mosey onto the back side of the room, and the guy's like, no, Jay-Z, you can't go to the back. You need to be up front here with me. And I was like, all right. So I go on up front with where he's at, and he starts giving this spiel, talking about how I'm tagging Bojangles in tweets and tag them 80 to 100 times a month, that I'm their biggest fan, and I'm constantly engaging with them. They appreciate it, and they go into my private life because a bunch of my friends decided they wanted to snitch and tell things that shouldn't be told, and they have all this information about me. And the guy looks at me, he says, if you're going to be the Bojangles champ, you got to have the Bojangles belt. And he pulls that cloth up, and there's that first belt that you showed the picture of it in the snow. There was that championship belt, bro, and I about crapped my pants, man. I was shocked. I was shocked. And they gave me that belt, and they thought I was going to take the belt and put it on the shelf. I was just going to put it in part of my collection.
No,
obviously, no. Obviously, they didn't research enough.
It's Bojangles.
Because that has never been, there is no way ever that you're going to give me a $2,000 belt and think that I'm not going to parade around town with that thing. That has just never been my style, never has been, never will be, and can't be. That's not how I get down, never how I get down, and never how I will ever get down. And you're parading through the suits that are up there.
Yep.
Bojangles just thought that was a one-time deal. 100% not what I was going to do. So after I got the championship belt, I got the bright idea of what's something else other people can't do or aren't doing. And that's when I got the idea, I don't know if you got the picture or not, of the first Cajun Filet suit.
Yep.
That I had made. Now, me and my ex-mother-in-law went clothes shopping, and I run across a pineapple suit that was made by Oppo Suits and an American flag suit that was made by Oppo Suits, and I snatched them up. And I thought, all right, this is perfect. This is a perfect look, a perfect style that nobody is doing. I've never seen anybody with a loud and crazy suit. This is about 2018. And the suits weren't loud enough or crazy enough for me. So my next plan was, how can I Bojangles up a suit? And I thought, all right, well, I can use the Bojangles old school Cajun Filet wrapper as a suit. So I made contact with the company and found out that they would make that. There were no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They didn't care about copyright issues or anything like that. And I was like, well, I got to get permission first. So I hit Bojangles up, and they sent me the actual art file for it. I sent it over to them and had the first custom suit made. And I paid for it out of pocket, and Bojangles reimbursed me for the cost of it.
What?
When I started doing shows and whatnot. Yeah, Bojangles paid for that suit.
That's crazy. That is pretty crazy. Who did this art piece here for you? Because that's pretty killer.
So that right there was made by JD. It's not from JD, who also designed Cody Rhodes' gear, and I think Eddie Knight and the Street Profits right now.
Right. So you then got the secondary belt. And when exactly did you get the second belt that you have? The second one made?
All right. So as you know, I'm good friends with Top Rope Belts, and Top Rope Belts, Bojangles went through and Bojangles changed their logo. They changed all the wrappers in their biscuits. They changed a bunch of stuff around, and my belt was outdated. My suit was outdated, and you can't beat a champ with outdated stuff. So Randy went through. He updated the spinner, as you can see in the pictures there. He updated the logo. In the first one that he did was actually on red leather, And the red leather, while I prefer the colored leather that's on the championship belt, the red leather really didn't let the belt. You couldn't make out the logo as good. It kind of just washed things out. So Randy looked at it. He said, "All right, well, we got to change things up." We went back. We went back to the drawing board with it. We changed some other little minor details in it that I'm not really want to discuss them. And we went with the black leather, and it makes everything just pop so much better. You can read the Bojangles better. You can read the center plate better. It just looks so much better. The updated logo, like I said, is absolutely essential. And not only that, Bojangles updated me with 3 suits to go along with my gimmick as well. And as you see, the rope has the new logo on it. My my Lucha Libre mask up there too is also got the new Bojangles.
Oh yeah. We'll get into
as well.
Yeah, we'll get into your pecker mask in just a second here. But there you are. He was even featured on GQ magazine. People don't know, but he was a GQ Man of the Month. His chest was so fiery, full of hair. I mean, you can shave. I mean, people don't know, but you can shave Jay-Z's arm, and you can have a nest for 1,300 chickens in the coop for 4 months. So I think that's why Bojangles likes him so much. But so now you
have meat flowing, bro.
Yeah. That is right. That's right. I mean, you love Bojangles so much. You even had your birthday party just a couple weeks ago.
Oh my!
At
absolutely,
Bojangles.
my 40th birthday party there. Absolutely. Yep. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? When you're the champ, why wouldn't you? Fill the place up, brother. Fill the place up. Had people come from all over. It was that I've had people from Statesville, like my friends Marty and Neil Johnson, and people from Raleigh came through. I had people from Charlotte, people from obviously from my hometown. You know, it's just great to see people will travel so far just to come hang out.
Yep, and Ronald McDonald was sitting out in the parking lot just stalking you, waiting with a baseball bat, ready to take them legs out.
He's going to need a whole lot more baseball bat and have the cleanest angle.
There you go. And this picture that we're showing right here is you with the Bojangles CEO.
Correct, Mr. Jose El Mario, a wonderful gentleman.
All right, tell him I need some Bowberry biscuits sent my way. And if people don't know, I mean, you give away. I mean, they are such a generous company with you. I mean, they give you gift certificates to give away all the time. I mean, they embrace this as your champion.
Correct.
I mean, they even put you up on the billboard, which I don't know if people got a chance to see.
Correct.
Right there. There you are outside of there on that billboard. Dead surprise. I guess they took. I guess you thought they were stealing you because they took you in a car and then took you out and you just jumped you on the side of the highway and you're like, what's going on? And all of a sudden you turn around and there's your billboard right there for everybody to see. How was that experience?
And you know, that was a whole nother experience. You know, this was back in August of last year, so it's been almost a year ago. You know, they invite me back down, and when I show up this time, the whole corporate office shuts down for the day, and everybody. I pop in, and Miss Stacey McRae, who is vice president there with Bojangles, meets me outside, and you know it's August. She's wearing a blazer that buttoned up. I can see a white t-shirt underneath. I can't see what's on it. She invites on in. There's every corporate person there. Bojangles was there wearing a Jay-Z Graham t-shirt, and it was a picture together. They had that background put up as soon as you walked in and cheered me on. And I had another day there where we got to make bowberries, and I got to try some menu items that haven't been released yet that I can't discuss. And I found out about some the recent WWE Cup deal going on that I couldn't talk about for a long time. I found out that Bo Sauce was coming back, which if you're a Bojangles person, you know what Bo Sauce is. And obviously, if you listen to this podcast, you know what the WWE is. I don't know nobody that don't know what the WWE is.
Yep.
And there's so many new menu items that are coming out that I can't discuss yet. But it was just an amazing day. It was an amazing day. It was a delicious day. And not only that, but the whole reason I was supposed to come down was to try the new Bowberry milkshake, which isn't available everywhere yet, but should be coming. And that was just a delightful, delicious moment. And it's really upset that I haven't had it. I haven't had it in a year, but I'm hoping to get back down there and have it again soon. But it was amazing, dude. Absolutely amazing.
What you got, Ethan?
I got a question. This is for us West Coast people. What's a Bowberry?
Okay.
Is that an actual thing, or is it just like
yeah, you are?
We got Popeyes.
So what they do?
We got Popeyes, KFC, Churches, Chick-fil-A. That's I've had as far as Texas with Whataburger.
Pretty much what you're saying is you have a bunch of dumpsters that y'all eat out of. I got you. So
yeah,
is a fried chicken and it's a fried chicken and biscuits place. It's the best fried chicken on earth. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. Don't worry about it. Just know for the fact that if you don't know what it is, you're missing out. It is Cajun seasoned. It is deliciously and perfectly, Lord, I'm having trouble speaking, perfectly deep fried. I don't know any other reason why you would go anywhere else. But we're never going to mention those names again, so don't start.
I'll go the kickback to that, though. I'll go the kickback to that, though.
The
kickback to that would be you don't know you're eating out of a dumpster if they're all dumpsters.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
and they all.
I'm not negatively critiquing Bojangles.
He doesn't know yet.
I don't know what a blueberry is. A bowberry. What?
It's blueberry, but they call it Bowberry because they add specialness to it.
So
okay, have you had
a Bowberry biscuit
have you had Whataburger?
We're not talking about Whataburger, so we're going to talk about a Bowberry. So
I can only talk about what I know.
Don't mess with the champ. Don't mess with the champ.
Honey butter chicken biscuit.
So here's the problem. I am a guest on this show, and you're going to quit interrupting me and let me get what I've got to say out, brother, okay? Because I'm not going to sit here and have some cutting off next he knows something. You don't even know Bojangles is. You're either going to sit back and listen to me describe what it is, or I'll get ready to just
I would love to. Maybe if you come live,
I'm not going to be. I'm going to keep on talking. So here we go. Here's the deal. So a Bowberry is a biscuit that has blueberries in it with a icing. And excuse me.
I was wondering if Bojangles has some internet for you to use.
He's undefeated.
So anyway, let me tell you, obviously you don't know what getting wet is because I'm dealing with a hurricane outside the house right now. So be grateful that I actually come on your show and let you talk to me.
It's 107 outside right now. It's 107 outside where I'm at. Just like that. Play the violin.
He's in California. They're still figuring out how to give away more money down there, Jason.
We don't know what bathroom to use over here, so don't worry.
Sure. And I think electric vehicles are the future.
So the Bojangles release that you got a preview of, Mr. Champ, that these cups here that are on the screen, and I've yet to get the Heart Foundation one. That's the one I'm still trying to figure out. I guess I have to go to eBay to get it. But these cups are just awesome, and I know people have been hitting you up in it, and it's been a big hit around the South and all Bojangles locations.
Oh, absolutely. And it's not just the South, dude. It's been my phone absolutely bust with people wanting to get cups, don't have Bojangles near them. And I actually got my hands on about 4 extra sets that have already been spoken for. I hope I can do a giveaway with one set of them. But I've got to mail a couple of those out to some friends that really just harped in on me that had to have them. But I got the cups a little bit before the actual release was going on, and hold on to those things and not being able to say something to a certain date was absolute torture. But they are beautiful cups, dude. They're great collectibles.
Which is your favorite?
Yeah, the Outsiders, 100% Outsiders.
Yeah. I was gonna say I like the Outsiders and the Heart Foundation. The Heart Foundation, the Outsiders is just I like them. I like them. They're pretty cool. And there you can see with the belt, and it's got your image on it.
Yeah. Growing up, Scott Hall was my man, dude. 100%. I was a huge Scott Hall fan growing up, man. And I mean, you combine that with Bojangles, brother. That's where I'm going to be. 100%.
He's your all-time favorite?
No, Scott Hall is my first favorite.
First favorite.
My all-time favorites, is going to be the Nature Boy.
Nature Boy. And what now as the champ, you even you know Conrad, and you've gone over to his actual home. You've held the actual crumb rind many times. What was that experience like for somebody that's a Flair fan to be able to go there and spend that intimate time with that? What was it like with the first time that you got to see that belt and hold it?
Oh, dude. So that's one of those things that left me absolutely speechless, because growing up, that was the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. I started watching wrestling in 96, 97. That was the belt. That was the championship. And then the older I got, the more I found out more about the Four Horsemen and Ric Flair. And of course, you had the Dome Globe, which was a beautiful championship. But when Flair had that big gold, and he had that thing underneath that robe, and he would peel that robe back and unveil that belt, that just screamed perfection. It screamed champion. And for you to sit there and have that belt and hold it is just another experience. It left me speechless. And to be able to wear one of his robes and hold that belt at the same time, it's a wrestling fan's dream, brother. It's an absolute dream.
Yep. And I mean, the history behind that belt. How did you come to meet Conrad and to get in with Conrad?
And to know him. A belt for him. Just threw it up for him. So it was. He enjoyed pictures I had of my championship belts. He thought I was a trustworthy guy. He private messaged me and asked me if I want to come to his home, and I was kind of shocked because I didn't know who he was. I had never heard of him before. He hadn't done the Ric Flair podcast yet or something to wrestle with, and I was like, sure, why not? I could use a vacation. So traveled down to Alabama, and we hit it off.
And it's been that way ever. Did Dave go with you that time? I think there was a several of you there that day that you guys got to.
That's right.
What other belt?
It was a bunch of us down there. I got down there.
Right. Go ahead. No, you're good. It's the delay again. I forgot.
I'm sorry. It was a bunch of us down there, and I wish I could remember. I've been down there several times, and I can't remember who was down there the first time. I remember he had some wrestlers come in that we got to hang out with. We just had a blast, dude. It was a very intimate setting with some private Q&A time with some wrestlers, and it was nothing like I'd ever done before. Nothing. And to have all those ring used belts as well as the Crumb Rind Big Gold was just absolutely phenomenal.
What was another one that just was like, I gotta hold this, and I can't believe I'm holding this actual belt? What was the other one that you couldn't believe that you got to see?
That ECW title, the first
really,
and the last was something I always took out as Conrad's collecting. That was something else. And, I was never a big ECW fan, but still, to know the impact that brand had on the wrestling business, and to see the first and last belt at the same time was absolutely awesome.
And I mean, he laid them out all on the pool table for you, and y'all just got to mix in and mix out.
Correct, absolutely correct. Dave Milliken come through and brought some championship belts with him, some ring used ones, and some other replicas that he had been working on and whatnot. It was just something else, especially for a belt fan like me to hold so many different championships that I had never seen before in person at that time was just something else.
Yeah, for me, it would have been those NWA tags. Holding those would, one of those tags, and that would have been, which I've got to going, some of his tables and some of that stuff that he's
Yeah.
done. I just can't believe spending intimate time with that. And you've held that. I mean, you've got to spend a whole and actually wear Ric Flair's robe as the Bojangles
Cool.
champion. Must have been pretty cool.
Several of those robes, dude. Several of them. And the robes are, I was never the big fan of the robes. I was always a belt guy, always a belt guy. But to put on one of Ric Flair's robes and for you to realize how heavy they are and how they just, I don't know, just feel special. I don't know the word for it, but it's just an experience. And every wrestling fan who's a Flair fan ought to experience it once in their life. That put on a Ric Flair robe.
I haven't got the chance to to wear one of his robes yet. Are they really, really as heavy as people say they are?
I don't think they're heavy. Yeah, some of them are definitely heavier than others, but I didn't think they were that heavy at all. I really didn't.
You got the
they're
one
unreal comfortable.
Which one did you get to wear again?
I wore the blue butterfly, a red and silver one, an orange one, and the purple peacock one.
Oh, I didn't know all those that you got to.
Oh yeah, it was.
Cool. I thought I saw you in the lion one. I thought you got to wear the lion one time. No,
I've never worn the lion one. That's the one Charles Robinson has right
maybe
now.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of seeing him. With the with the pictures of it. What I want to know is, we're trying to take you to the next level and is there any chance we get to see you more in the ring as Gouge unvolves? Are we gonna get to see the Bojangles champion in a ring so that I can see you beat down Grimace again, so that I can see you kick that old KFC man right in his face, so that you can beat down these pansies that eat Hardee's on a weekend when they should be in front of a Bojangles drive-through taking it home to their family? When are we going to see Bojangles champion in a ring?
I got something for you. Hear me out. Through the powers of Google. He might have a competitor next year. Bojangles is coming to California in 2025.
Oh!
Yeah.
Jay-Z, Ethan might come after your title after he gets, when you sink your teeth into that bow sauce, when you get that bowberry biscuit, when you taste that delicious flavor that only Bojangles delivers, it's going to want to make you.
You know what would be better? You know what would be even better than a fat man tasting a delicious biscuit?
What's that?
It's just like the Undertaker had his WrestleMania streak lost.
Oh,
Mr. Bojangles. That one.
No. So he's gonna get a Bojangles.
A wild guess here. I'm just taking a wild guess here, and I'm pretty sure you probably get winded walking to the ring, so I'm not really worried about
100%.
Yeah, not only that, but
you know what's the best part about that?
No,
I'll be winded laying on.
Oh man,
I'll be winded laying on top of you, holding your belt, and ain't nothing you gonna do about it while you're wrapped up in your robe. Calling for Ric Flair or whoever you gotta call.
I think you need to show him your figure. I think you need to stand up and flex them guns. Come on.
I'm just saying, ain't nothing you gonna say to me that we can rock and roll, baby. I like a bald man, anyways.
Jay-Z, what do you say to that?
Anyway, that jive aside, I'm not sweating that mess at all because, like I said, the man be out of breath walking from the backstage to the ring. He'd be out of breath. I hit him with a double underhook DDT, lay him out in the ring, get my 1, 2, 3, go get my bowberry, and head back to the hotel room. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
See, because this man don't know.
It's wonderful.
Me and Ultimate Warrior, we the same kind of guy. We gonna blow our gasket out in the first 45 seconds, but you're gonna be down 1, 2, 3.
Doubtful. You're more like Ultimate Warrior 2015, dead and not relevant. So anyhow, getting back to what I was saying.
I don't want to speak. See,
That
this is where I
the
can get.
shot.
This is where I can get real nasty and be like, well, I could look like Ric Flair in his last performance too. So we can go.
Yeah.
We can go
Anyway.
a lot of places.
So are we going to get
No,
you in a
not
ring,
interested.
Jay-Z?
So
You got a year.
there's a good chance. There's a good chance. There's an absolute good chance. I'll never say never because Gouge always has me doing things, and I'm not going to say no to Seymour Schnott. If he needs me, my hand is going to be there for my brother, dude. So, yeah,
Let me.
there's a good chance you might see me in a ring.
Right. I'm going to show that picture right now with you, with Mr. Seymour Snot. And tell the folks that are just tuning in about Gouge Wrestling and what it's all about. Say it again, if because you kind of cut out the last time what it stands for. Let me get Seymour up here.
Hey, forgive me, bro. I lost there when you were asking your question.
No, I was saying, let us know about Gouge again and what it stands for.
Oh, it's Gimmicks Only Underground Grappling Entertainment, brother. It's a gimmick-heavy, gimmicky, overloaded wrestling, brother. Anybody that wrestles there has got to have a super strong, over-the-top gimmick. As you see, Seymour Snot, the mathlete, the leader of the nerd herd, the runner of the coffee corpse. The dude looks like a straight-up nerd. He wears a Batman tie. He's got the glasses with the tape around it. He is the spaceman Frank Hickey scientific trophy champion right now. You've got Waylon Mays, who is the ping pong master. You've got some guys that wrestle Amish country. You've got some other guys that came in and wrestled as cavemen. It is just an over-the-top gimmicky deal, and it's just an absolute good time. You know, they have what's called a soft they have what's called a soft core match where instead of light tubes and thumbtacks, they hit each other with pool noodles and throw each other on chicken peanuts. And they sell it like it's hardcore. And it's great family friendly entertainment. Their shows are free. It's wonderful.
Yes. So support them. Get out there. Look them up. Look them up on the internet. Look them up on YouTube. Watch their matches. Support them. Message them. Tag them. Twitter. They're really, really good, and they do a lot of fundraising as well for stuff.
Correct.
Let me get into
and most of the time they're at a brewery.
Yes, that's what makes it even 10 times better when you're drunk. Let's get into your we're
I ain't gonna go that far.
We're hitting that 45-minute mark, and I don't want to keep you on too much longer because I know you got a long work week ahead, and I want to bring you back on when maybe in another month or two when we have a better connection so that we can go through your collection, because I want to see your belts. I want to see the robe on a little bit better when we got a little bit better connection, because this connection, folks, usually isn't like this. But I want to get into what I love, and I was actually on the pooper when I saw the first time this picture. And when he actually helped me get it out, because I had one of them Lego logs. I take pain pills, and I had one of them Lego logs stuck. And man, that thing was trying to rip my skin out from one under the other. And I looked at this picture.
You're rubbing your back. Just
I was trying to do everything I could. I was about to reach down there and pinch that thing, but I looked at this picture, and boy, that thing shot out of me like my daughter being born. You in this mask right here. Tell me about this mask, because I absolutely love it.
If I kept your thing off it on, man. So this mask right here was made by a good friend of mine, Dr. Omega. It's an Omega mask he actually made Shane Helms' Hurricane mask and a bunch of other people that I can't remember. And I hate to say that, but it's just a beautifully handmade piece of art here. And I don't know how well y'all can see it, but he actually worked into the whatever you call this on a rooster. I don't have a clue. I don't eat that part, so I don't care what it's called. But it's got my name Jay-Z across there. The stars on it on the eyes actually match the star that's on the Bojangles logo. That's on the back side. And then on the inside, he actually tricked it out with a bunch of pictures of fried chicken there. And some people say I don't have a face for TV, and they might be right. I might not be physically attractive to some people, but we'll just call them Helen Kellers. So I figured, hey, why not go around that and cover up what people don't like? And I could just rock this mask all the time.
I mean, that's unbelievably sexiness. Stroke it out.
And I absolutely love it, brother.
I think I got to give me one of those because I've been told too many times I got a face for radio.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, it's just it's so great. It's the flaming, and people don't. I don't know if people are noticing it, and I think you said it. You're kind of cutting out, but on his what do you call that on a chicken? The top feathers or his rooster frames on top or whatever. Do you see the J? The folks, I want to make sure that you see the JZ is in there. Do you see it, everybody? Look at that in there. Look at that. Look at that. It's got the JZ in there.
Yep.
What's up, buddy? From Malaysia. People watching in from Malaysia? Whatever. Yeah, the champ is looking good. The chicken champ is looking good. People in Malaysia know about the chicken champ.
But that Jay-Z part in there is just absolutely something phenomenal that Dr. Omega put in there that you don't even realize it until it gets pointed out. So few people see my name in it. I love it.
What?
I absolutely love it. I think.
How can they not notice that?
I don't know. I didn't notice it until he pointed it out to me.
Kick him in the teeth. Yes, I got Jay-Z on the mind all the time, bud. You help me poop a lot, so I mean, I'm always checking out Jay-Z. And for people don't know, Jay-Z, what is it that you got coming up here? You got an appearance for folks that want to see. You got coming up a appearance here, and tell folks about this appearance that you got coming up.
Absolutely. I'll be with Figure 4 Collectibles in North Carolina at the Pre-Convention Center. You can find the address right there on my social media, Jay-Z_Graham or the Bojangles Champion. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. So come check me out. Pictures are always free. If you want pictures with my championship belts, it's pay what you want to pay. And if you don't want to pay, that means it's free too, brother. So
check out the Bojangles Champion, August 17th. He's going to be at the Hickory Metro Convention Center. That's right off of I-40 here in Hickory, North Carolina. Make sure you go check him out. Give it to him. He loves the ribbon. You saw him and Ethan going back and forth at it. He is not afraid of anything. He is the chicken champ. He was given the chicken champ to be the champ for a reason. He is my champ, and he is the only world champ that I recognize, and this show recognizes. But you got to go check him out on his this is his his Facebook here, Bojangles Champion, and he just started this not too long ago. He had not been on other social media platforms, but so many were finally pushing him, saying, "Hey, gotta get this more out there." You know, he is the number 4 video on PTM, the podcast. He was one of their most popular videos. Check it out on there as well. But the Bojangles Champion, type it in on there. On Twitter, he is at JZGraham_Graham. This is his Twitter right here. Yes, he follows me because I am the one that is always bringing him toilet paper in the bathroom after he, is his regular thing. I'm the one that shines his shoes. I'm the one that washes his car. So that's why he follows me back, that you see that there.
I cut his lawn.
But he's a great guy. He's one of the most, and I'm going to toot your horn just a little bit here.
Last but not least, I don't want to say I told you so. I don't want to blow our own horn, but toot, toot.
But Jay-Z is one of the kindest people in this hobby. He's a belt collector as well. He's selfless at what he does. He's a Christian. He tries to always put his best foot forward. He gives away things. He's good with the people. And he is always active on social media. If you message him, or if you put a picture of him, or you share your belts, he's going to retweet it. He's going to show it. He is the most positive person I've met on social media. Always posting belts. You've got to go if you want a positive experience day in and day out. You don't want the political ram. You don't want the people fighting out there. This world is absolutely crazy. If you want a positive account to follow, you got to follow the Bojangles champion on Twitter, and you've got to follow him on Facebook, and you got to support the guy. He's a really, really great guy. We're going to get him into the belt groups here. And we want to see him posting in there and posting his, but you've got to check out his promos. You've got to do all those sorts of things. Jay-Z, would you come back when your internet's a little bit better so that we can see the robe and we can see your belt collections, and you can talk about your belts? We want to find out more about your wrestling history, your love of wrestling. And then when you come back, I want you to give us your top 5 singles wrestlers of all times, and I want to know your top 5 tag teams of all time.
Yeah, dude, absolutely, my man. I'll be more than happy to come back. I apologize. I've never had internet connectivity problems before, dude. And
Bro, do not apologize.
It on the weather. I do.
Yeah. It is absolutely the weather. When you get a cloud deck that's so thick with a tropical system, it messes with your internet. My lights have been going out all day here, in and out. My internet's been going in and out. I'm surprised that it's working well. Today we're in the middle of one of those band lines, so you don't have anything to apologize to. We knew that McDonald's was going to try to hack this system, and that's what they're doing outside. We knew Chick-fil-A is sitting out there, probably with their stupid little sauce that they think's good, sticking their fingers in the ground, trying to mess up your connection.
Oh, absolutely. And you don't forget about that redheaded wench, Wendy. She's always up to no good. You can't trust a woman like that. Never will, never have.
Yep. The only thing that ever came good out of that was a guy who started it, who was generous to children foundations and things like that.
The man got away from KFC as quick as he could.
Yeah, he did. Me and you got to get together. You know, I'm 501st in the Stormtroopers. I got to dress up and get my Stormtrooper outfit. Got to get the Bojangles Championship. We need to go visit some children's hospitals and some wrestling fans and Star Wars fans and go visit them.
I'm absolutely down, brother. I'm absolutely down. Thank you so much for having me, man. I appreciate it.
I appreciate it, buddy. But make sure you come back. Is there anything else that you wanted to pop off out there? Anything others? I think we hit all your social medias and your platforms and stuff.
Absolutely, brother. You did me a solid, my man. Absolutely. And Ethan, I would say it's a pleasure to meet you, but I don't lie, so.
It's okay, because 2025 is approaching fast. So don't worry. I understand.
Folks, please give it up. Jay-Z,
we
appreciate
your weight to 400.
It's okay. I'm already there. We'll take it.
Buddy, we love you. We'll do a little tribute video to you as well again as we send you out. We'll see you again soon there, buddy. Okay, man?
In all seriousness, gentlemen, Ethan, thank you so much, brother, for being here and tagging along, my man.
I appreciate you, brother.
Kev, as always, brother. It's been an honor. And
one last thing, Jay-Z. Anybody that wants to come for that belt, tell them what's going to happen.
2025.
Oh, brother, I'm going to tell you straight up, my man. I am a whole lot of man. I am bona fide. I am deep fried. I'm slap full of fried chicken delicious. If anybody thinks that they're man enough, woman enough, whatever enough to come take
how do you smell your best?
from me, you better keep walking and forget talking, brother. I am the champ.
That's what I'm talking about. Show it off, baby. Uh-oh, here it comes. Did we lose him?
Yeah, Bojangles internet.
There it is. The Bojangles champion, Jay-Z Flair.
Preview.